Hello peeps, welcome back to Old Yorkshire Git Tries Final Fantasy XIV part 319. And before you say anything about, hey hang on, we was on the island yesterday, I know. Started it this morning, I played for about 15 minutes and the whole thing went kaboosh and the recording's gone, and of course you can't go back because you can't save it. So all I did was travel to Thavnia. Panicking every time I hear a beep now on my computer because it just nothing worked, even Control Alt Delete, nothing. So I had to hard shut down, is that what they call it, hard shut down your computer and restart it. Of course lost everything. My fault. Anyway, yeah, I travelled to Thavnia, spoke to that Mahir about these bountiful ruins, as she said to speak to this guy, so you haven't missed a lot, but apologies. Couple of things I had mentioned. My son, Forged Paradox, messaged me saying, thought you was going to finish it when you did Endwalkers, and that was it. But he said, like, much the same as Coffee said, there's still lots to do if I want to carry on playing. So I said to him, look, you know, I haven't got nothing else to play at the moment, so I might as well have a look. You know, Coffee said, you know, carry on, there's still loads you can do, so I thought I'd give it a go. And secondly, I brought up about, I saw something on one of the news channels on YouTube yesterday about emojis and hand signals, gestures, and apparently that is a no-no apparently now, because it upsets people, because it's passive aggressive. And look, I hate to say this, and I'm going to be totally blunt, I might lose viewers, I might keep, who knows, but if you're watching this and you think that me doing that is passive aggressive, you can fuck off. Look, I don't want you, if you're a subscriber, I don't want your subscriptions. That signal's been around for donkey's years. It means everything's sound, A-OK, rock on Tommy, whatever you want to say. There's nothing passive aggressive about it at all. Being ex-forces, it got used a lot because obviously in engine rooms, I worked on helicopters, so it's very, very noisy. You used a lot of hand gestures to send messages, and that all meant everything's sorted, let's crack on. Simple as that. So if you find it offensive, you know, just go away. I can't be done with it. It's bloody clown world. It's gone crazy. Oh, anyway, rant over for the second time because I did this rant earlier. Oh, it gets on me tits, some of this stuff does. Anyway, let's crack on and speak to Jolene. Right, well, everything seems to be working all right, so fingers crossed and everything else. Yes, the following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending. No, I ain't got none of them. Begin speaking with Jolene. Yes. Let's go and have a look. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Oh, she's back again, old Merlene. I want to ask you about the sunken vault. Just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Because she said if I buy him a drink, he'll tell me anything. How about a drink? Right, back in the room. Internet's totally switched itself off then. Well, mine didn't switch itself off because everything else is still working. I don't know whether it's... How in a country like ours have such shitty internet? I don't know. I'm off on one today because it's getting on my nerves. Oh, right. That's right. When I spoke to Maylene, as I said, yeah, buy him a drink and he'll tell me everything. And this is where it crashed, wasn't it? Just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Oh, it's all going tits up today, isn't it? I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. It's an alky. Hey. Here we are, one of Mayride's, I don't know how you pronounce it, Mayride's finest. Excuse me, COVID. Oh, lovely. Bottoms up. No thanks, mate. I'm back for the other team. Charlie empties the cup in a single pull. Oh, matron. That was very kind of you, sir. I know when I'm softened up. What is it that you want from me? Treasure. Oh, chasing down that old tale, you. It does seem to appeal to the adventurous. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Alzadal? He was Khan of the Ori tribe which sailed to Thavnir from the mainland and a key figure in the history of Ratatat. Oh, we'll have some of this. The decision to aid Arkasadara is what ultimately won them the war against Kajusura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. Truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Alzadal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap at Ratatat's earlier days. Come on, get to the point. Just tell me where it is. Some attest that this man travelled to another world and returned with glittering riches, others that he brokered an alliance with a worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to his legend, Alzadal claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse locked with all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell, Ratatat folk would remember the tale. Hearty souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle. My cup appears to be empty. Another round for the professor. Yeah. I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Another for the processor. Ho ho, today was a splendid day to visit. Gulps it down with gusto. Where were we? Those who did return refused to speak of what they saw. Did it discourage others? No. Quite the opposite. Such accounts only serve to feed the legend of the Golden Lure grew stronger. That reminds me of something Azama was saying. Fellow connoisseur of spirituous potables. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure. Hasn't been since he set sail, I hear. But he did have... No, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would it be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? My words sent you to your death. I could never live with myself. I'm no stranger to peril. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? Yeah, whatever. The very edge of existence, final days. A drink, I need another drink to settle my names. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. Besottled. Well, that's it, he's shit-faced. I've been like that many a time. Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend, he was desperate to buy a treasure map. Seems he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? I forget. Let's drink a toast to my best friend. More drinks. Say nothing. Be right with you. Marvellous, I'm parched. going to get much else out of him. Nah. We're talking about Azama. Want to know where Azama is. Usual place. If he was more coherent, might learn more. Speak with Azama. Okay. Wherever Azama is. Let's have the butchers. At the map. Over there somewhere. Right, I need a E for right. Airship landing. Sorry about all these cock-ups that are happening. Sadly out of my control. Maybe if I knew a bit more about. Bloody hell, it could be anywhere then. Let's have a look down here. Nothing down here. It's not upstairs, is it? Not through there. Yeah, if I knew a little more about computers, maybe I'd be able to sort it out, but I ain't got a bloody clue. That's why you have kids. They'll sort it out for me. Anything up there? Nope. Maybe I got to. Oh, that's coming outside. Maria. Where's this guy then? Ah. There he is. I'm Azama. Who might you be? All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship in search of the legacy and I've been watching for his sails ever since. Tried to dissuade him but he wouldn't listen. All he could talk about was finding the vault. And that look in his eyes, I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting. I was... Oh, I'm back again. I keep losing connection. I don't know why. Anyway. That look in his eyes, I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting the otherworldly horde. Seeing you too. I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavour. I'll tell you what my friend told me. He would convince a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location. Seems this merchant, one Zashal, I believe, is selling a map. Shows an exact route, but my friend's purse was too light. With what meagre wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small isle somewhere in the bounty. Within those ruins hides the path to the vault below. If you truly intend on seeking the treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different. what we've got to do now. That'll be a bit of a short one today because I'm running out of bloody time now. Hey.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Oh, he looks trustworthy, doesn't he?
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches.
Calm down,
I'll be
Albert.
the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never returned with that treasure alive.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map! Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they stand to uncover.
So I'm getting paranoid, make sure everything's still recording. Ah, Thancred. We're gonna team up.
What have you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Is he going soft?
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
It could be marbles. Couldn't even look to see how much is in there. Could be a couple of coins and loads of pebbles.
Well met, my friend.
Yeah.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
Aye.
But why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I fleece one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
You seem eager to be underway, or I never took you for a treasure hunter. Never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphinaud did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove. Come now. You know Alphinaud needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant. Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not. You are coming along, yes?
Try holding him back. Naturally.
I thought as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Don't feel guilty now, kid. So you should. Current assistance can be confirmed at any time using the instance tech. Ah, right, okay. Right, see what Einstein's got to say. You will recall I spoke of visiting Thavnir at Vitra's request. He finally invited me to a feast and made his proposal once I was too full of delights to refuse. He wants me to train the Radiant Host in Lance work. But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a trawler. Matsia is a fisherman, yes. We should head to Akiala, see if he can help us. Right, where are we going? Well, I guess. What time is it? Yeah, it might only be about 45 minutes, this one. Never mind. Can I fly yet? No. So we got any things? 217 northeast. Somewhere up here. check, can I? How many do I need in this place? Oh, quite a few. To the east. It's up there somewhere. How the hell do you get up there? Oh, there it is. Can't get down to it. Ah, you bugger. Oh well, never mind. Let's get the main map up. Somewhere around here. There it is. What brings you to our humble village? We need a ship. So you need a seaworthy vessel to go to the ruins. I should think everyone would be glad a chance to repay the favour for what you've done. Wait here and I'll have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. What do you reckon? That bloke's a pirate and they just wait for you to go out there and rob you? Ah, it is you. How far out of your way we walked so that you'd not cross paths with some wild beasts? I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes of Safe Thavnir? You are, I know you are. I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zashal, you see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan, convince the crowds. I'm ashamed of what I've done and beg your forgiveness. It's not for you. My sister and I would never have, well, we'd be penniless, basically. I knew your game and paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you, but there is more you need to know. The map you brought is very real, as is the island it shows. I overheard Zashal selling the information to another customer. He told the man where he needed to search, about the ruins, and about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of what? We could invite our comrades. We might need a hand moving the treasure. You've gone and made him cry. We could invite our comrades. Yeah, can we invite some of them back? that we could, assuming we do find this treasure, it may prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas of whom to approach? The signs have scattered far and wide. Thancred and Orionje. Alfie and Alice. Graham and Creel. Ishtola. What a choice. I'd like to go with Graham, but I don't think Kral's going to be much help. Alfie and Alice. Little Lord Alfie and his sister, were they not bound for Garlemald? Far more important matters. Graham and Kryle. Try that one. May have our hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graham, he would surely leap at the invitation. Will you that set your mind at ease? If that man is as strong as you, strong I mean. What is your name, boy? Merad. Well, Merad, your life is yours to live as you will, but I suggest you find a more honest trade if you wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you. Call me Einstein. Time is it? 10 minutes. Right, speak with Einstein. Accept. I shall leave you to recruit Graham. He'll appreciate the invitation. He was based at the annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let us be off too, Merad. Do me a favour and don't stray from the path. Bloody hell. I'm going to be spending all my money. Need to find some of them free travel things. Or make more money. Friends for the road. Named you got? Maybe for another day. Look who's back. What might the students do for you? I'm looking for Graham. He's in the main hall with Mistress Kryle. Graham, wanna come on an adventure, mate?
Ah, Urgica, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Hey up, Graham.
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
what are you two working on? How is the restoration coming along? Go with that one.
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We were able to locate several accounts in the archives of Numenon, but the bulk of our documents was lost along with the Isle of Fowl.
But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
I want you to come on an adventure with us, mate.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition? Ah, I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
Anything else you want me to do? Stick a broom up my arse and he can sweep up as he walks along.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned.
Thank you.
You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already. Have you asked anyone else to come along?
Einstein. Right, I keep losing connection with the server, so I think it might be at their end the problem, not mine. So anyway, here we go again. Have we asked anyone else to come along?
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola? Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Gooble Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Sharlayan the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon.
God, I'm going to have to travel to Charlotte.
Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like.
Get most of the gang back.
From what I can gather,
gang
the
back
Loporrits wish
together.
to build
Can't
their
talk.
own vault for the people of Atheris to explore, and are looking for inspiration to help make it a memorable experience.
We're going to take some
So,
rabbits as
why
well.
not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
Exciting. I mean, I did used to, as a kid, I used to love going to the library. It's the only way you got knowledge. Didn't have Google back then. Couldn't get the old encyclopedias out. Right. That is where we're going to finish it for today, because I've got stuff to do. All that bloody losing connection with the servers at Final Fantasy was a pain in the arse. But anyway, peeps, what a shitty experience today was. Bloody hell. I hope it sorts itself out by tomorrow. Have a great day, peeps. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've hated it, dislike it. And if you hate me, thumbs up. You know what you can do. But anyway, peeps, I'll see you tomorrow.